What happens between waking and sleeping could be key to a deeper understanding of how our consciousness interacts with reality. When we close our eyes and fall into sleep, what really happens to our consciousness? Our body rests, but the mind seems to follow a completely different path. It ventures into places that often seem more real than waking life. Sleep is simply seen as a period of rest, but if that's the case, why does our mind create realities with events, conversations, and even emotions so vivid during this time? Is there something deeper happening than just the body's rest? The simplest explanation of sleep says that it is a state of physical and mental recovery. But this explanation only lightly touches on what is really happening with our consciousness while we are immersed in this state. So while the body seems to rest, what is really happening with our mind? Are we simply in a power-saving mode? Or is there something deeper at play? In this transition between wakefulness and sleep, consciousness seems to do something more than simply shut off. Perhaps it's not truly shutting down, but moving to another form of perception. During sleep, especially in the REM stage, areas of the brain related to visualization and emotions become highly active. This contrasts with the decreased activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for logic and decision-making. While the body powers down, the brain seems to dive into a state of intense internal activity. The vivid images that arise during dreams and the way we feel deeply connected to these experiences are not random or superficial. They are generated by these brain areas, which, by becoming more active, take us to unknown territories of our consciousness. The brain enters a state of great activity, with different parts of the brain performing crucial functions that are not observed when we are awake. This intense activity, especially during REM sleep, raises questions about the true nature of rest and what happens to our consciousness when we are not aware of ourselves.